Hello students, today we are going to start the second chapter, that is electrostatic potential and capacitance. Okay. Before knowing electrostatic potential, you have to first know what is electrostatic potential energy. Of course you are familiar with the term potential energy, but what is electrostatic potential energy? Okay. To understand this, consider this diagram. Here is a charge Q. Okay, it is positive. Here is another charge, positive charge, that is small q. Okay, suppose initially the charge Q was at point R and we want to push this charge against the repulsive force due to this capital Q to this point P. We want to push this small q against the electrostatic force of repulsion due to this small q to point P from R. Okay. To do this, you have to apply force in this direction. Okay. Now you are doing against some force. That means we are doing work. Whatever work is being done, that work is being stored in the form of energy in this charge or not. We have already gone through this concept in our mechanics in 11th. Okay, whatever work is done on a subject, it stores it either in the form of kinetic energy or in the form of potential energy. Now it is storing the energy in the form of potential energy. Okay, we can't say that it stores the energy in the form of kinetic energy, because to move it slowly, smoothly against the electrostatic force of repulsion of this small q, capital Q, we have to apply the same amount of force as that is due to this small q and push in this direction. That's why as a result, the small q will be moving with a very small velocity, almost negligible, nearly equal to zero in this direction. That's why its kinetic energy is almost zero. But potential energy, but we are doing work, means it is storing energy in the form of potential energy. That's all. This is the potential energy. But what could be its amount? What is the amount of energy it is storing, as it is continuously being pushed in this direction? Now to understand this, look here. As you know, the energy stored by the body or charge is nothing but work done in pushing it from R to P. Let that work done be WRP. Okay. This is now equal to W is your force into displacement, F dot dr, F dot ds, as you know, integration, and we are pushing it from R to P. That's why lower limit is R, upper limit is P. F dot dr. What is R here? As you know, R is the distance of Q from Q, small q from capital Q. Okay. At any moment, it could be at a distance smaller, and since we are integrating over some value, that value will be very small, because after integration we shall get the total work done. That means we have to integrate. For example, I can write it like W is equal to integration of dW. We have already used this notation before. You are doing the integration like this. First you are finding the small amount of work done, then you are integrating over some distance. Here the distance is from R to P. Okay. Now in the place of this dW, we can simply write F dot dr, force dot small displacement dr. Okay, that's all. We shall elaborate it later on, but for the moment just understand the thing. Okay, next is what is the potential energy. Okay, to find the potential energy stored by the small q, suppose whenever it was at r, its potential energy was u r, and whenever it is at point p, its potential energy becomes up. Got it? Whenever it is at r, its potential energy is ur. Whenever it is at point p, its potential energy becomes up. Now, since you know change in potential energy is equal to up minus ur, final potential energy minus initial potential energy, and this is nothing but work done. This is the gain in potential energy and this is the work done. Okay, now suppose the point r is at infinity. This point r is at infinity. Okay, it is at a very large distance from this q. As a result, the potential at this point r will become 0 or not, because there is the force because of this small q will be almost equal to 0. It has no effect on this point r. It is at infinity distance. That's why there will be no stored energy in q whenever it is situated at r. That's why the energy of q at r will become 0 if the r is at infinity. Okay. So as a result, what happens? WRP, here WRP, that is del u, will become W infinity P, because R is infinite. Okay. Infinite P is equal to UP minus U infinite. UP minus U infinite. Now this is equal to UP, since U infinite is 0. So it is UP. Okay, now simply we can say, if you take infinity position as a reference point, then potential energy at any point P is nothing but amount of work done in potential energy of any charge q at point P is equal to the amount of work needed to be done in bringing the charge from infinity to that point P. Okay. So this is all about potential energy. Again come to the definition. The potential energy of charge q at a point in the presence of external electric field is the work done in bringing the charge q from infinity to that point. Okay. So to be more clear, let us explain again. This is charge q and it is producing electric field around it. Here is the small q. We have to push it against its electric field to do some work, and as you do work, it stores the same amount of work in the form of potential energy. Now the question is, suppose it is at point P, what is its potential energy? It is nothing but amount of work done in bringing the charge q from infinity to that point P. Similarly, if it is at r, the potential energy at r is nothing but amount of work done in bringing the charge q from infinity to this point r, that is ur. This is all about potential energy. Next, we already know what is potential energy. That's why now we can go through the important concept of electrostatic potential. Potential energy is rarely used in electrostatics. Always potential is used. What is potential? Only minor difference is there. In the place of this small q, if you put 1 coulombic charge, then the potential energy term becomes simply potential. This is the difference. Now come to the real definition. work done by the external force in bringing a unit positive charge. In that case it was any positive charge, that is small q, but in this case it is a unit positive charge from infinity to a point is called electrostatic potential at that point. Every other thing is same, only difference is unit positive charge. Here is any charge, okay, any charge q. So electric potential is denoted by V. Okay. Now we shall find out its expression. What is its expression now? We know UP. What is UP? UP is the potential energy of a charge Q whenever displaced from infinity to the point P in the electric field of external charge. Okay. Now in place of that small q you are putting 1 coulomb. So if UP is the amount of work done in bringing a small q charge, then what will be the work done in bringing 1 coulombic charge? That is simply UP by small q. Okay, and that is nothing but potential. So potential at point P is equal to potential energy at that point P divided by charge q, which is displaced in place of 1 coulombic charge. Now suppose 2 points are there, point 1 and point 2, V1, V2. Okay. From this equation, in place of P if you put 1.1 and in place of P if you put 2, it will be 0.2. So potential difference between 2 points is nothing but U1 minus U2 by Q is equal to U1 minus U2. What is U1 minus U2? Change in potential energy, that is nothing but work done. So W12 by Q. This implies W12 is equal to V12 into Q, implies W is equal to VQ. Okay, so if you push a charge Q against or between 2 points whose potential difference is V1 minus V2, that means one's potential is V1 and second's potential is V2, then work done will be nothing but product of the charge and potential difference between the 2 points. Here V is nothing but potential difference V1 minus V2. Okay. So again I am reading the definition. Work done in bringing a charge through a potential difference of V is the product of the charge and potential difference. Okay. Now next topic is potential due to a point charge. Okay. So far we have studied only the concept of potential and potential energy. Now we shall decide what is the potential at any random point, as you were calculating what is the electric field at random point due to any charged body. Similarly, in this case you will decide what is the value of potential at any random point, for example P here, due to a source charge Q. Okay. Now this is the picture. Here P is any random point. Okay, and we want to decide what is the potential at this point P because of this capital Q. Okay, what is that? To find out the potential, first come back to the definition of the potential. What is the definition of potential? It is the amount of work done in bringing a unity positive charge from infinity to that point. Okay, amount of work done. Okay, now this is infinity and this is point P. We want to bring the 1 coulombic charge from infinity to point P. Okay, during its movement, suppose it is at any random point P dash. Okay, and its distance from the source charge Q is nothing but R dash. That's all. Okay, now suppose it is pushed further a distance of dr dash by the external force. Okay, now the corresponding work done because of the pushing of 1 coulombic charge will be dw is equal to f dr dash. force into displacement. What is F here? This is nothing but external force. As you know, F is equal to minus Fe. Why minus Fe? Come to the figure. Here you can see Q is positive. It is throwing electric field lines like this. You have to push the charge like this. That means you are going against the electric field. That's why external force will be obviously against the electric field, means negative of electric field. So we know F is equal to minus Fe, where force is because of electric field, and electric field force is nothing but QE. Q into E. What is E? Sorry, QE. Q is here 1 coulomb, and E is nothing but electric field due to source charge, that is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r dash square. Got my point? Fe is QE. Q is the test charge, where in this case test charge is our 1 coulomb, and E is the electric field due to source charge. Here source charge is nothing but capital Q, Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r dash square, and this is negative. So total becomes this much. Now dW is equal to this much. Okay, you can get there F dr dash. In place of F, just put this value. Now dW becomes this much. To find out the total work done, you have to integrate both sides. It is from infinity to r, rest is same, and Q by 4 pi epsilon naught is constant, so it is thrown outside of the integration sign. Now this is dr dash by r dash square. Okay, we are pushing the charge from infinity to r. Here r is nothing but distance of the point P from Q. Again go to the figure, we can understand it. We are going from infinity to a point P to a point P whose distance from Q is r. That means we are going from infinity distance to r distance. That's why in the integration we are putting here infinity to r. Now taking the integration, it will become minus 1 by r dash. Putting the limits, it will become this much. Now W is equal to VR is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r. Okay, since we know the work done is nothing but potential at point r, so Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r is the potential at a distance r from a charge Q. Okay, now this is the curve comparison of electric field and potential. Recall the expression of electric field. It was Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Now potential is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r. That means here I have already written ER is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Okay, now since power of r is more in the denominator in case of electric field, so its slope will be more steeper than potential. Now you can see V slope is like this, so more steeper slope will be that of electric field. This is the difference. This is all about today. In the next class we shall discuss potential due to an electric dipole. Okay, so far I have only covered the theory parts. In the next class I think I will cover 2 to 3 numericals from first chapter. Then we shall move further in the second chapter as usual. Okay, thank you.